everyone. I'm Teacher Rachel, and math teacher and member of MathTed. Ano sa tingin nyo ang nasa picture puzzle? Mahulaan nyo ba? Let's reveal the entire picture. Tama! Ang nasa picture ay isang big panda. Ngunit may kasama pala siya, isang tiny dragon. Marahil ay marami ang hindi nakahula sa tiny dragon dahil nakatago ito at mahirap ma-recognize kaagad ang mga distinctive features nito. Just like in the picture in teaching mathematics, we should not focus only on the big concepts but also on small details or basic concepts in mathematics, especially when we are introducing new concepts to our students. Abstract concepts may be difficult to understand at first, and figuring out how to teach them is a challenge for us. As a teacher, how do you make abstract mathematical concepts easily understandable for your students? One way is through the use of visual representations. We can help the students understand abstract mathematical concepts and solve problems by promoting the use of visual representations or VRs. The use of VRs is an evidence-based practice that has been thoroughly researched and proven to be effective. According to research by Bunen et al. 2014, students who use accurate visual representations are 6 times more likely to answer math problems correctly than those who do not. Students who use inaccurate visual representations are less likely to do well in math problems than students who use no visual representations at all. Here are some of the types of visual representations most commonly used by math teachers and students: number line, plate diagram, pictures of geometric objects, graphs and charts, and graphic organizers. I would like to give some tips on how to develop our students' representational competence. First, give explicit and systematic instructions. For example, we can solve 12 divided by 3 using a tape diagram. To begin, draw a rectangle. Then divide the rectangle into 3 equal parts. Then one by one, place 12 apples into the groups. We now have 3 equal groups of 4 apples. Second, provide multiple visual representations. Halimbawa, ang fractions ay hindi lamang i-represent gamit ang pizza or cake. Tape diagrams, number lines, or sets of objects can also be used. Third, provide more practice by drawing or using online tools. You may ask students to draw on paper or use offline or online tools to create visual representations such as interactive whiteboards, GeoGebra, and graphing calculators. Finally, I would like to say, let our light shine by making math clearly understandable for our students to see the beauty of mathematics. Teachers, let's all become educampions. Ito ang dalawang educampion ko. Ano ang sayo?
Wonderful day, lovely people. I am Teacher Nikki and I want to share with you the beauty of using peer interactions in teaching mathematics. Peer interactions occur when children are playing, sharing, taking turns, and or using verbal and non-verbal communication with each other. Maaaring mag-pose si teacher ng isang challenging question sa mga students at sa una, hayaan muna silang sumagot ng mag-isa. Pagkatapos ay papiliin sila ng partner at magbahagi sila ng idea kung paano nila nasagutan ang problem. Itong peer interaction na ito ay tinatawag na pair work. Sa ilang pagkakataon, maaaring ang pag-pair ng mga students ay base sa kanilang abilities. Ang mga advanced peer ay ipapartner sa isang kaklase na maaaring nahihirapan sa lesson. Ang tawag naman sa ganitong peer interaction ay peer tutoring. Kalimitan ay ginagamit ito kapag may bagong lesson na may kahirapan. Studies show that this strategy makes the students more accurate and confident in the class than before. Isa pang evidence-based practice na talaga namang nakakatulong upang mapabilis ang pagkatuto at ma-develop ang social skills ng mga mag-aaral ay ang cooperative learning. Cooperative learning involves students working together to accomplish shared goals. And it is this sense of interdependence that motivates group members to help and support each other. It takes the following form. First, activities are structured within groups and each student is assigned a specific role like leader and rapporteur. Second, teachers supply information and guide questions. Third, teachers observe, listen, and intervene wherever necessary. Fourth, students submit work and may be graded using a rubric. Batay sa pag-aaral ng cooperative learning, ang mga mag-aaral ay nagkaroon ng academic growth at nakabubuo ng strong relationship sa kanilang mga kaklase. Nasisiyahan silang makipag-discuss sa kanilang mga kagrupo. That's it for peer interaction. Muli, ako si Teacher Nikki na nagpapaalala, kayang-kaya basta't sama-sama. Sama-sama kaya't kayang-kaya. Ito ang galawang edukampiyon ko. Ano ang sayo?